What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to take you guys on a journey on how I took a client of mine who made $11,000 in 4 months with Google Ads to over $50,000 in 30 days. $50,000 in 1 month. And I'm going to show you guys step by step. We're going to take a look at the ad account and everything. You're going to see the exact blueprint of how I got them to 50K in 30 days. Whoa, hold on, guys. It looks like YouTube is here. All the YouTube folks just got here. So if you guys don't have me on Snapchat, you guys are missing out on a lot of content, because everything I'm about to talk about in this video today, I've actually already shown to my Snapchat followers. So if you don't have me on Snapchat, boom, add me. If you don't have me on Instagram, boom, add me on Instagram too. Now, if you don't have me on Snapchat, let me give you guys a quick recap. I took a client who made $11,000 in 4 months with Google Ads to over $50,000 in 1 month. And I'm actually going to show you guys step by step how I did it, the exact blueprint, and I'm also going to show you the 2 strategies that I have that I can use to scale them to 100K a month. Now, without further ado, let's roll the intro and let's get it. Welcome back, guys. Now we're inside the client's ad account, and just to make things transparent, because I know how YouTube is, and you guys have a full justified right not to trust a bunch of people on YouTube. So I'm actually going to go ahead and refresh this account so you guys can see that it's real, nothing's altered. Let's wait for it to load. It takes a second. And see, it takes a while. Let's wait. Okay, cool. There we are. Let me make this bigger. So the very first thing I want to show you guys and point out to you guys is January 16th to June 15th. They were doing everything by themselves without an expert behind the wheel. They were doing this without Ebenezer Frimpong. And in those 4 months, they did, January is January, February, March, April, May, June. They were actually doing this for about 6 months, maybe. Yeah, they were actually doing this for about 6 months without an expert behind the wheel, and they did $11,000 in revenue, $4,000 was spent, and they had a return on ad spend of $2.70, $46 cost per conversion. Now, let's go ahead and actually show you from June 16th, when I took over the account, all the way up to today's date, to see the drastic difference of what I did for them. So let's go to June 16th, and today's date is the 22nd of August. And so from the time I took over their account to August 22nd, they've done close to $100,000 in revenue. Their return on ad spend went up, $4.78 return on ad spend. Cost per conversion is $23.65, and they have a cost of $20,000. But that's great. I'm killing it for them. They're definitely going to hit 100K in a couple months, probably next month or the month after that. But let's actually look at the 30-day time span where I took them to 50K a month. So let's go ahead and do that. That was last month, July. So let's do last month, July 1st to July 31st. And here's that data, guys. So $8,000 was spent, $8,320, $50,000 in sales, a return on ad spend of $6. Do you know how insane that is? So how did I pull this off? What magic sauce did I drip on their account? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So let's go over into, boom, right here. So like I said, I'm showing you guys literally step by step. So before I took over these guys' account, they were running a smart campaign using the Shopify marketing dashboard and using the original Google Shopping app. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And again, that was the results. $11,708.84 was their revenue, right? That's how much they brought in with that smart campaign, of course, in the course of 6 months. All right, that's about $2,000 a month, which isn't that great. So what did I do? Well, start here. The very first thing I did for them is I went into that smart campaign, because with smart campaigns, you can't really optimize beyond that. The only thing you could change is the budget and what products are going into that smart campaign. That's it. You have no other control. So to the average person who's running a smart campaign, they just think that's it. They can't optimize beyond that. And this is where you need an expert behind the wheel, because you have to get creative when it comes to marketing. Marketing is a skill, right? So the very first thing I did was I paused that original smart campaign. I stopped it, right? And then I went through it and looked at the products that were getting those sales, right? So let's actually go back to the ad account. Actually, we don't need to. I stopped the campaign and I went through the product list to see, okay, which products were bringing in the revenue. And I noticed that the revenue was coming from 3 products, 3 different products. So what I did was, let's go back in here. Let's go to campaigns. And all I did was I selected the original campaign. Here it is right here. And then I hit edit, and then I copied and pasted it. So essentially I duplicated that campaign, and I did that 3 times. And then I went into each campaign and turned it into a single product campaign. So in this original smart campaign, there was 3 products bringing in all the sales. So I duplicated that original campaign and turned each one of the duplicates into a single product campaign, single product smart campaign with one of those products in that campaign each, right? So that's kind of how I did it. And the reason why I duplicated it instead of just creating a whole new smart campaign is, for some reason, when you create a smart campaign in Google Ads, inside your Google Ads dashboard, you have to write you have to write your ad copy. You have to do it yourself, things like that. And you have to add your own image and everything else like that. But when you create the smart shopping campaign in Shopify, you don't have to do any of that. So that's why I decided to duplicate the original campaign that was created in Shopify instead of creating a whole new smart campaign 3 times inside Google Ads. So I took those 3 bestsellers and turned them into 3 single product smart campaigns. And then I also created a minimal smart campaign. So I call it a minimal smart campaign because in this original smart campaign, there was other products in there that had gotten a few sales, but not a lot. And I took all those products and I grouped them together in this minimal smart campaign. So I also duplicated the original campaign 1 more time, and I did that here, right? So this campaign has all the products that have a few sales, but not a lot, and I put them together here. So again, just to recap, 3 single product smart campaigns and 1 minimal product smart campaign. And that one just has products that have gotten minimal sales, and that goes in there. Now I let those new campaigns, the three single product campaigns and the minimal smart campaign, I let those run for 15 days just to optimize, because smart campaigns need about 15 days to optimize. And then what I did was, the next thing I did actually is, let's go ahead and do this. I kept the original campaign and turned it back on. Then I excluded all the products that are in the 3 single product campaigns and the minimal smart campaigns. I went ahead and excluded them, right? So the original one had other products in there that weren't profitable, and I still let that one run even though they weren't profitable, because I knew if I raised the budget, I have a chance of making them profitable if I'm putting more money into it to let optimize. So that's kind of what I did here. So I kept the original and I excluded all the products in the above 4 campaigns from the original. And that's kind of how we got to 50K in revenue. That's pretty much it. Now, another thing I want to show you is, let's go back into overview. So I took over their account June 16th, so June 16th to 30th. And let's go ahead. Even that short time span that I took over their account after I made those changes, June 16th to June 30th, they made $7,000 in that 2 week, in that 2 week time span, right? Keep in mind, it took them 6 months to do 11,000, and I did 7,000 in 2 weeks after I made these, after I made those changes. So, and I let it run, let it optimize, and then that's where July. Let's go back down. July. Actually, let's say last month, and that's where we're able to achieve this last month, July 1st to July 31st. So now let's go ahead and look at a few different strategies that I can use to scale them to 100K a month. and we'll go over the pros and cons of each one. There's 2 different strategies I can use. We'll go over the pros of each one. So method 1, boom. It's pretty simple. So method 1, none. I can just increase all the campaign budgets by 20% every single day, right? Because if I could spend more, obviously, you know, I would hit 100K, right? So I can just start increasing all the campaign budgets by 20% daily. I can also go ahead and remove high converting products and create more single product smart campaigns. So again, this campaign has a bunch of other products in it grouped together. I can go through that campaign, right, and find other products that are doing super well in that campaign and split them off and turn those into single product smart campaigns as well. And I can also do the same thing for this campaign here as well. So I'm removing all the high converting products from these 2 bottom campaigns and creating single product smart campaigns. I can do that to scale in method 1. Now, the pro to this method and this scaling strategy is it's passive campaign management. I would actually just have to set up some automated rules and leave the campaign alone. So that's another thing most people don't know about Google is you can set automated rules. So let's go ahead and do that. So to set up a rule, all you have to do is head to tools. It's in bulk actions, rules, hit this plus sign right here, go to campaign rules, select an option, go to change budgets, and then all the enabled campaigns that I have running. So that includes the smart individual product campaigns, the smart single product campaigns, the minimal smart campaign, the original, and all the other high converting products that I turn into single product campaigns are all going to be enabled. So I'll just select that, and then I'll select budget type, average daily, and then set new budget, increase by percentage, so 20%, just like that. So what I'm doing is I'm telling Google to change the budget every single day to those campaigns that are running to increase it by 20% every single day. And then I can set daily, monthly, whatever. So I want to do it daily, or I can go ahead and do it once a week, but I'm going for daily, and I'll set a time to do it every single day, right? Now, I can go ahead and have them email me results, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just hit name rules, no emails. And then the name of this rule is increasing budget scale. That's it, right? And Google will automatically raise those budgets by 20% every single day. So if I go with method 1, it's passive campaign management because I really don't have to do anything anymore. Every couple of weeks, I'll go in and I'll create more single product campaigns and we'll keep pushing it forward, right? But there's also a con to this method. So the con to this method is, I'm actually going to show you. The con to this method is the return on ad spend is going to decrease, and we're going to have a lot more wasted budget and no optimization control. So what do I mean by that? So let's go back in here. This month, August, I've actually started raising their budgets by 20%. Now keep this in mind, pay attention to this. Last month in July, the return on ad spend was $6, right? So for every dollar they spent on ads, they got $6 back. Let's look at this month. When I started raising the budget, that return on ad spend dipped to $4.13, right? And that's normal when you're scaling by budget, right? Your return on ad spend is definitely going to dip on Google. There's really no question about it. And that's one of the cons of that method. Now, another con of that method was wasted budget and no optimization control. So with smart campaigns, a smart campaign is running like 3 different campaigns all at once. So all in combination. So it's running YouTube, remarketing, and it's running a regular Google Shopping campaign all together. Automated, you can't optimize anything. So let's go into placements, right? So appeared. See, it's not even showing me that, right? If I was running a regular remarketing campaign, I would be able to exclude any placement that isn't profitable. I can exclude, and with a regular Google Shopping campaign, I'll be able to exclude keywords that aren't profitable. A smart campaign, yes, we're profitable now, but it's definitely spending money in places where it should not be. It's definitely spending money on keywords that it should not be. It's definitely spending money on remarketing placements that it should not be, because you're just not profitable. And you have no control over that, right? You're gonna waste that. You're just wasting your money and you have no optimization control, right? Like I can't even optimize based on time. So let's go into ad schedule. Let's go to hour, right? So actually, let's go to day. So there's, for example, one of the campaigns on Mondays this month, we only had 8 conversions, right? Let's do, or I could have a really high conversion day. Like for example, right here, cost per conversion is $63, but I can't optimize for that, right? Smart Campaign is going to do everything for me. I have no control over that. But if I was running a regular shopping campaign, I could say, okay, on Sundays, let's bid lower, right? Because we're spending too much money for a conversion on Sundays. So let's bid a lot lower. So that's the difference with this strategy, right? With this scaling strategy, you really have simply no control. And your return on ad spend is definitely going to decrease. Now, method 2. So let's go ahead and unselect that. So method 2 to scale, the other scaling strategy, is to convert all the campaigns into standard campaigns, right? Into regular shopping campaigns, so I can gain back more control. And I would actually set up individual remarketing campaigns. That's what RMC stands for, individual remarketing campaigns for each of the products, right? Instead of letting the Smart Campaign do everything, I would basically take back control and optimize, right? That's the strategy I can use. Let's unselect. I would also, again, remove high converting products and create single product standard campaigns, not smart campaigns, standard campaigns. And again, I would set up individual remarketing campaigns for them. Again, I'm just gaining back control, a lot more control. Now with this campaign, with this scaling strategy, I would have to let the campaigns run for about 30 days untouched and then optimize. So if you're letting campaigns run for 30 days untouched and then you're optimizing, guess what's going to happen, right? Let's start with the con. Let's start with the con first. So the con is unprofitable ad spend. Like if you're letting a campaign run for about 30 days without touching it. Now, obviously this is just an extreme. You could let it run for 10, 15 days before you optimize, but I'm just going to let it run for 30 days. My client is already aware, so they know if I switch to this strategy, they're fine. Unprofitable for 30 days because essentially all I'm doing is buying data, right? In 30 days, once I have data at the same current ad spend that we're spending, we're still going to have revenue coming in. We're just not going to be super profitable like we are now. We'll potentially be unprofitable. It could go the other way where we'll be profitable. We'll still be profitable in those 30 days. But in 30 days, I can go ahead and start optimizing for times, different things, and start scaling them faster, right? And obviously their revenue is going to decrease. And then the pro here is I could potentially maintain the current return on ad spend or a slight decrease. So last month we were at a $6 return on ad spend, and this month, since I'm using scaling strategy 1, the first scaling strategy, we're at a $4.16 return on ad spend, right? That's about a $2 gap right there. But if I went to the second strategy, I could be at probably at $5.80, or I could probably maintain that $6. So that's the difference here between the scaling strategies that I can use to scale them to 100K a month. This month they're definitely gonna hit 50K this month as well. With the scaling strategy, because I've started increasing it by 20%, but I'm not increasing daily. So right now, I definitely think I'm going to switch them to scaling strategy 2. But I'm going to wait for them to hit 50K this month, or at the end of this month and the beginning of next month is when I'll switch to scaling strategy 2. So this month, right now they're at 40K. We have how many days left in this? We have about a week and 2 days left in this month. Yeah, they'll definitely hit 50K or more. And then I'll switch to scaling strategy 2 and really scale them and get them to 100K a month. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys don't follow me on Snapchat, add me. If you don't have me on Instagram, add me. Also, I'm starting to think I'm going to switch to the Scott Hilsey method of answering DMs, because I get a ton of them and it's really overwhelming. And I also get people who want to spam me over and over and over and over and over again. That's not going to get my attention. That's just going to make me block you, because I have a lot to do every single day. So the Scott Hilsey method of answering DMs is he answers DMs for a complete hour after he drops a video, right? So after I drop a video, the first hour, all I'm doing is answering comments, DMs, anything, Snapchats, all of that. So I think that's what we're going to do for this video. We're going to test that out. So thank you guys for watching, and you have 1 hour to go ahead and reach out to me, and I'll see you then.
I used to walk around in dirty shoes. I grew up 10 years later, got the Yeezy 32. I was wearing Champion before the shirts was cool. We made it because Pops was grinding, Mom was working too. Remember I was rocking double hand-me-downs. Now it's $1,000 outfits taking